All right, we're here with Ginger. This is her, no, I didn't say that. I want to say, well, this is her 14th or 15th video. I want to say 15th video. I already did a little lunging and got on. She's been doing pretty good, but you know, we always start out going 100 miles an hour for a second. So I'm just gonna kind of go around the arena and get her bending. We now are pretty consistently, you know, when I first started, it was mostly, you know, just using the inside rein, getting her to supple, not too much outside rein, but now that she's gotten a bit better with that, I can incorporate both reins together, and her mouth's getting a lot quieter. Good girl. Good girl. And like when she's kind of starting and she's in her speed walk here, got a lot of, some people call this like the chicken walk because her head's like bobbing like a chicken. But as I can kind of, I take a feel of my reins, not like a super strong feel, just a nice soft connection. And then I kind of have to first get myself connected to her discombobulated rhythm there, where it's like I'm moving in time with her mouth and we're not bumping into each other. And then see, once I do that, then I can start to try to regulate her a little bit. Not that much. Good girl. Good girl. And we walked around on a loose rein for a bit, and then, you know, usually when I first start to take up the contact, she's a little nervous, or whatever we call Ginger's emotions. But as we go along, she, you know, 10 minutes or so, she settles. Good girl. Good girl. All right, we'll change of direction. So now I'm going to kind of open my new inside rein, think my inside seat bones, kind of yielding her body out. Good girl. And so there I had a soft connection in the outside rein. So Desiree, this is what I was talking about when you were riding with Caitlin the other day. Like there, she just kind of picked up that trot on her own. But all I did is just kind of go shape it into a small circle, and then I didn't have to really ask her to go back to the walk. She just did. And the key, as we said the other day, is just try to leave your emotions out of it, and try, you know, the position, which, you know, you guys are working on, but just kind of keeping your body tall and soft, and like when she gets tense or she starts trotting or whatever, just not reacting to it in a way of tension, just kind of shaping it, because with her, when her tension meets tension, it creates more tension, as we know. Good girl. Good girl. All right, I'm gonna just stay down here for a little bit, and then do some more change of direction, then we'll do some halting. Yeah, so now that we've gotten, you know, we're getting used to, you know, a more even connection on our reins. So like here, okay, so I'm bending here, the inside rein, but I'm connected but soft with the outside rein, so it's not like I'm forcing her into my outside rein. And then I'm gonna change direction. I'm gonna take my new inside rein out, falling in a little bit, so I'm just gonna hold it, and there. Good girl. See, she starts that little trot. I don't add to it or anything. Good girl. Good girl. On the left, I think it seems to be a little bit of a harder way. Like she, you know, I've said this before, like we'll be on a circle and we'll, like here, we'll have our shoulder picked up for 3/4 of the circle, but kind of falling on that last end. But it's just her finding her balance. Good girl. And what'll take time to learn, and it's just going to take experience with her and whatnot, is the timing too. Like when she is dropping that shoulder and you're, good girl, holding the inside rein, when to release it, because if you hold it too long, then you're going to be just stuck on a circle and she's not going to understand the whole concept. Good girl. But when she starts to get settled, and we're having moments of it, when she starts to get settled in my contact, then we can kind of more consistently, we're starting to, asking her to soften and relax her head more down. So I'm just gonna stop talking for a minute here because I think she's thinking that I'm telling her to do things and she has no idea what I'm saying, so. Good girl. Good girl. Easy. Easy. Good girl. And like when you're making those turns and asking her to, stay off that inside shoulder, you have to make sure that your inside shoulder and your inside seat bone is up and back, not leaning into the turn and making, because if you're putting weight on her shoulder, then it's going to be a lot harder for her to pick it up. Good girl.
Hold on, let me take a video. Keep doing that.
And whoa. Good girl. And I didn't have to use any reins. Whoa. So I'm also using the whoa for the stay. Good girl. Whoa. Good girl. Okay. I'm just going to do a couple more walk halts, and then we'll trot. The thing is, after we trot for a little bit, that also helps to settle her. She doesn't really want to trot. She's just being her worrisome self. Stop. Ginger, cut it out. And whoa, whoa. Good girl. Whoa. Good girl. Okay. So I'll try trotting with the pouch on, but it might bounce around a lot, so. Stop. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Not bouncing too bad. So when I bring her into the trot, I just get the trot and then I start to worry about the balance. As I said, like to the left, she does seem to have a harder time staying off that shoulder. Every time I just open, take a feel of the inside rein. Girl. It's always in this one spot. I don't really know why. This is where she tends to fall in. Sometimes I will use a little outside rein just to kind of be like need to be over here because I don't, it's always in the same spot, so I want her to know that she needs to go over there. That's, take her a little bit of time to get used to being asked things from both reins at the same time. Like my inside rein asking her to stay soft, and then my outside rein suggesting to go out. Good girl. And I never, I don't really use my reins too much. I'm not trying to slow her down. I just do things to shape it. And that, working on the circle, she has to regulate her speed a little bit, especially when she's not perfectly balanced. Change direction. And I also notice that the other way seems to be where she tends to drop the shoulder more. And then this way seems to be where she likes to go a little faster. So there she's dropping her shoulder. Can't circle, but now I'm going to circle. She's challenging. She does make you want to do things with your body that aren't necessarily helpful. And she's huffing and puffing right now, but I'm not asking her to go this fast or anything, so. And we're going to keep trotting, because if she needs to learn to get a little regulation here. And, she's the one that's out of breath. And she needs to start to try to put together, okay, I don't have to work myself that hard. Allie's not asking me to do that. It's all on me here. So, at the trot with her, it's just I'm kind of all the same things at the walk. I'm trying to keep myself upright, looking for where I can continue to ask for that softening. Good girl. Girl. That was a nice change of direction. I didn't have to do too much with the inside rein. I was able to keep it in a little closer. Falling in. Want to make sure that I'm trying to think of my own seat bones going out. Good girl. Falling in. Across the diagonal again. Nope, she's falling in, so I'm going to circle because I don't want her to motorcycle around the turn. Really starting to set some higher expectations for her because she needs to use her brain a little bit. It's a little better, but not great. I am not like putting any leg on to maintain this trot. And walk. Good girl. Good girl. See, and that I didn't have to use any rein to get her to walk. Like she wanted to walk. She's only trotting fast because she's, a little worried. And like she's just got to figure out how to regulate herself. I mean, and some days like she does. Like some days are better than others, right? But we hope that over time she starts to more consistently be able to regulate herself at, walk, trot, and eventually canter. I'm just gonna let her relax here for a second, and then do some more. Good girl. Nope, we're not done. And see, like you can. She's very happy on a long, loose rein. It's hard, especially like when she's going fast. The more we grip, the more it's a fight. Like it's just gonna make her more tense and do more of what we don't want her to do. Now, I have when I go back to the trot, I have played with doing some half halts in the trot, and I have gotten good responses to it, so that is something we can incorporate. Like you can use your rein to slow the trot, but it has to be, a half halt is just a hold for a couple seconds till you feel her slow and release. Because if you pull, and a hold is different than a pull too. Like the arm should not be coming backwards. It's more of just in the hands, a hold, she slows, and you release. Good girl. Because if you pull on her, she will pull much harder. Whoa. I'm going to give her a treat, and then I'm going to drop this thing because it's bothering me. It's flapping around here. Whoa. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Right through our poop here. Yeah, and I'm always trying with her, especially to think about what my body's doing, because that's, and what my soul is doing, I guess. I made the joke the other day that you kind of have to empty your soul when you're on her because she can read all of your emotions. Good girl. Good girl. So we're just going to walk here for a minute until she sort of relaxes here again. And when I say she's worried, I mean that's just in her personality, I think. It's not like it used to be. It's not like she's not scared. She's not we're not past her threshold. Good girl. No, keep walking. Yeah, I know. You're not as fit to trot yourself that fast, huh? She's huffing and puffing. Good girl. I know. Good girl. And, there was another horse in here, and he left, but she doesn't seem, to really be that reactive to it, but you never know. It could give her a little bit more worry, because nobody likes to be alone. Okay, so we will do a little more TROT here. Good girl. But I'm just gonna, eventually, Desiree, when you get to riding her on your own, when she speeds up, it's good. You're gonna probably be a lot better off, if you want her to slow, just going onto a circle, doing some sort of figure or shape to change it rather than going to the hands. And Use your body and your voice. She's very responsive to that. But the less we do with the hands in terms of like pulling and stuff, like you can have the soft conversations with your hands, but the less tension we create, the better. All right. So we're gonna go back to the trot here in a minute. Good girl. I think I might have to burp. Ooh, okay. All right. Good girl. And so you can probably see it on camera. She's falling in on her shoulder here, but I like that this trot just started nice and softly. So, okay, there we go. Got her bend back. All I had to use was a little inside rein. So over time, like in the beginning when you're teaching that softening to the inside rein, it could be a very dramatic, like, I can come out here with it, which is fine. But eventually, when you have like a finished horse, you want it to just be able to be in the fingers. Like there, I was able to just do it in the fingers. And now, like in moments, I can do that with her. Other moments, it needs to be a little more exaggerated. Like here. Good girl. Good girl. And walk. Good girl. So I'm gonna let her walk for a minute because that wasn't a lot, but I like that whole thing right there was a nice, more relaxed tempo. So I'm rewarding her by letting her walk. I know, honey, you huffing and puffing. Good girl. And I think like her huffing too. She's fit. I don't think it's totally a fitness thing. It's just it's her anxiety. Elevates her heart rate, elevates her breathing rate, and then we're huffing and puffing. Good girl. And like with her, which is how it should be with any horse you ride, but on her, I definitely, like she's one where I pretty much, like I'm only focused on what we're doing in like the moment. I'm only focused on her. Like she's not one that you're gonna check out on. Like you're not gonna necessarily be riding her and thinking about paying your taxes or something. Like you just are present. That's what she needs, is presence, because any emotions you have about anything else could just add to whatever worries she might have that day. All right, sweetie. Trot. Good girl. See, this is what I think is Ginger's normal, relaxed trot. I don't actually think she's a forward horse, but like I think when she's relaxed, her trot isn't actually that fast. Like some horses can be relaxed and their natural trot is very fast, but I don't think hers is. Good girl. It's just the worry. Good girl. And you'll notice like she stays much longer and lower when she's relaxed, and it's just lovely. And her gaits, like her trot, I love her trot. It's just very smooth and easy. Careful, baby. Good girl. Now when she gets unbalanced, just the same thing, just a little inside rein, get her to soften and then move back out. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm just going to go do a little bit more each way here, and then we'll be done. Just, so how we started out, and now she's settling, which is good. Good girl. And for the most part, I'm not good at estimating like pounds, but I never have a heavy hand with her. Most horses I don't, but like it's a very light feel. Good girl. And falling in, but I like the pace, so I'm just gonna, just gradually shake the balance. Good girl. nice change of bend. Barely had to do anything. Just the little inside fingers. And this end's a little scary, so we're going to fall in because we're avoiding the corner. So I'm just going to come back to it. Get that softness. She's bracing on the inside. There we go. We'll see if I can maintain it here. Good girl, Ginger. Good girl. And I'm just going to kind of make a little wall so she stays in the corner here, because this corner and this corner down here are the two, this whole side of the arena. For some reason, she just wants to fall in, especially going to the left. Oh, now there's a new car out there. Very scary. And walk. Good girl. Keep walking. Good girl. Yeah, so that's Ginger today. Like I said, we're getting better and more, she's getting more comfortable with having a feel of both reins. She's getting more responsive to, once she relaxes, I can kind of cue the reach down and relax and soften. You know, her halt. It's pretty much just my voice. I give her the cookie. If I want her to stay, I just say the whoa again. Cluck. Keep walking. Come on, keep walking. I know you're tired. She wants to be done. We're almost done. But yeah, I mean, she's just gotta find your zen as best you can. But no, she's coming. She's coming. So yeah, that's it for today.